Hello, and welcome to today's special event. I am live here with you, and I'm going to be sharing, or actually, my special guest is going to be sharing all about imposter syndrome, procrastination, and the things that keep you stuck in being able to move forward in your success. I don't know about you, but I suffer from self-sabotage, and she's going to help us get out of our own way to usher in the success that is in store for us. So, Fari, I would love it if you could share with us just a little bit about you and your background.
Well, first of all, happy Saturday, and thank you for having me here. It's wonderful to just come and share my little bit of what I've learned from life and be a help to somebody, or lots of people, I hope. And my background, I'm originally from Iran, and I have been a fitness trainer and a life coach here in Los Angeles for 32 years. I'm saying here right now, I'm not in Los Angeles, but in Los Angeles, I've been doing that. And yeah, dealing with my own, as we call it, shtick, all these years, being the bad girl because I was from the Middle East. In you're a bad wolf, nobody wants you, you don't matter, and all of that brings the imposter syndrome. And imposter, it is massive, specifically in America today. And by me having to live it, experience it, that all the stuff, you're not good, why do you have a hair, when I had it, lots of black hair, why do I have an accent, why do I, altogether, all of that was the cause of a massive amount of depression, massive amount of imposter syndrome, and because of it, I became a procrastinator. And learning all of that has gotten me to be where I am today, to be the transformational coach for people. And that's because I don't have a PhD from Harvard, or I don't know, Stanford, but I always say I have one massive PhD, and that's the PhD from life, that no one can take that away from me. So that's where I am here to share with you.
Yes, I'm calling it the School of Hard Knocks. The PhD from the School of Hard Knocks. And yeah, I think that there is a lot of importance in living that experience firsthand, as opposed to, studying it from a book, and you might know all of the ins and outs of it on a technical level, but you know it on a personal level. 100%. And I feel like that's why you have such a connection with your clients.
That's exactly it. And I remember when I was like having problem with my lower back, and I have problems with my knees, and I was training people, and they said, but how do you know it so well? And I said, because I didn't read the book and come and practice what I learned from the book on you guys as a client. I am dealing with a lower back problem. I know what helps it. I know what makes it worse. My knees are my issues. I know what helps and what. I'm not reading the book that it says, oh, put your leg up this way and that way. I'm living it. So I am, from the sufferings, I have learned better than what they have been actually written in the book. And the person reads the book, then becomes a trainer or physical therapist or this and that and that. Feeling the agony is the best teacher.
Wow.
Best way I can say it, that all the traumas, all the agony, all the suffering in the world today are my best teachers. No book can teach it to you, but the book of life, if you're willing to learn.
Yes. Can you speak a little bit more about that? How you receive that experience, I think, really affects whether you become bitter from the experience or you grow from it.
You know, first of all, receiving is that there must be a willingness in there. If you are willing to learn, if you're willing to change, if you're willing to grow, then you look for solutions, and that's what I always wanted to learn, that why am I going through what I'm going through? What
Mhm.
is the lesson in it? At the peak of my pain, I always said, what is the lesson in here? Why, people say, why me, God? I always said, why not me, God? But what
Mhm.
is the lesson in there? And then when I saw myself later stage that I'm actually sharing with someone what I went through, and they say, oh, me too. Oh, yeah. And it resonates with them. Then they contact me and they say, we did what you said. It actually works. And I said, because I've already walked it. I'm not asking you to read the book and go follow the book. I am asking you to listen to what I told you I did in life. And that's where you learn about your self-worth, because there's a massive difference between a self-esteem and a self-worth. And who was saying it? Was it probably, I think it was, I'm not sure, maybe Mel Robin, somebody else, I don't remember the name, but that they were just talking about the self-worth, the difference of it, and the self-esteem. And then because, you have a great self-esteem when you get your PhD, you're a doctor, you have a title, you earning something that gives you that money, that title. Because of it, you have a self-esteem. Being who you are for all these days, being in the middle of a gym and being at the peak of my work and earning money more than any other trainer in that facilities that I was working, 6-figure, and being the life coach that I had an office in there, and they would close the door and said, no, let's go to your office. We just want to talk to you. And I thought, wow, I have so much to offer. And they're learning from it. It gave me a great self-esteem. But did I have self-worth? It's different. Self-worth is coming from what internally feeds you, what internally lifts you up, which when you are dealing with the imposter, and because the imposter syndrome is so strong, and don't shoot me, but I want to say that very, very boldly, everybody in life at some point deals with imposter syndrome. Listen, Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, at the peak of their game, they talked about their imposter. Oprah Winfrey, who bigger than her? Billions of dollars, so many shows. She at some point deals with her imposter. So imposter is not, it's not an God forbid thing. It's some personal thing. Like I see it amongst the couples. The way that they stick to each other, like not to each other, one of them wants to stick to the other one, is the imposter. They feel more complete when that person is next to them all the time, because they don't know how to deal with their self-worth. They don't know how to lift themselves up. I had to go through such a painful path to learn that. And then I understand it, that at the end of the day, no one is going to give me my self-worth except me. I had to work on it in a very hard way. That's why when I see today, and I always say 40 plus, but I do see younger ones as well, they said specifically when they say 40 plus, everything starts kicking in. I don't matter. I'm not being loved. Who cares about me? I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I'm too short, I'm too tall, I'm getting bald. I mean, it comes all the time in many different forms of shape. It's just that, are we willing to see deep down within ourselves so we can seek help? Did I answer you?
Yes, yes, that and more.
Yeah.
So I would love to hear a little bit more about your personal journey. How did you get to the point where you had that self-worth? Because from what you're saying, it seems to me like self-esteem is like chasing after that prize, whereas self-worth is more like an internal, untouchable thing. So how did
Absolutely.
you figure that out for yourself?
Getting older? No, I'm kidding. No, but how did I get this self-worth? Practicing. And when people were telling me, oh my God, you're helping me so much. And I was just saying, this voice, the monkey voice in my head was saying, oh no, don't believe it. No, don't believe it. No. Because don't forget, look at who raised us. Our parents with a minimum self-worth and self-respect for themselves. I can't blame them. Who raised my mother? And who raised my mother's mother? So it's not anything that is being taught to us growing up. It's something that we need to discover it for ourselves. Now, how did I discover it? It was through so much work, internal dialogues that I ended up having with my imposter. No one can come and teach you how to face the imposter except yourself. How feeling I'm not good enough to be in that person's group. I am not good enough for this person to want to love me, and it was this hard, painful way of having lots of tears shed, lots of things has been written, lots of running out on the street and jogging, and lots of hurting myself. And really, like, when I just didn't have any self-worth, that when my martial art teacher, who was also, because I'm a black belt in Taekwondo, and my martial art teacher with stitches on my knees, he still got me to kick, and the stitches burst open. And being in that agony and sitting in bed with ice on my knees, and I was just writing all of that, it was an absolute door opening for me, that what happens to me right now that I'm suffering, the martial art teacher didn't do it to me. I did it to myself. It's learning how to take charge. And once it just was that aha moment that they're all asking me because they know I keep on giving. When am I going to give to myself? By saying no to them. And as I was learning, and as I was seeking, as I was searching, writing down, and then like really, it was like many times looking at myself in the mirror to talk, because I'm not very good at journaling by hand, but I speak it. And as I was speaking it and running it, like I did it this morning, and it was my voice, it turned to another voice back and came to my own ears. Honest to goodness, I'm not crazy when I say that. I had me talking back to myself. And this time it wasn't blaming me. It was talking to myself. And I thought, wow, this is something new for me. And because I started working on it, and this was many years ago when it started. And then I thought, I am going to go out there and I am going to change me. And I'm going to look at that mirror in the morning and in the evening. And I just want to say, could I say I am proud of me by the end of the day? And when I start the day, I'm going to say, no matter what, you're going to win this. Go fight for it. And it was not easy. It wasn't short and fast answer, but I finally want it because I wanted it that bad. It's that willingness. It's all is a matter of how much one is willing.
Yeah, you've got to be willing to change. You
Totally.
can't, you have to want it for yourself and not, it can't be forced upon you.
Absolutely. I always say every time, a couple of days ago, I was interviewed with this group, and she goes, if there is one thing you recommend to this world, what is it? I said, life is all about a choice. So choose wisely. We only have these days, and tomorrow is not guaranteed. In this moment, in this very present moment, what is it that you want to achieve? Go for it. Choose wisely.
Awesome. And I love what you said about how everybody experiences imposter syndrome. It's not just, when you have that when you have that thought in your mind, you think it's just you. You don't think that this is a universal trait. So to hear that people like Obama has an imposter syndrome just like you, it's pretty amazing actually that we all experience that, because you think, oh, it's a personal thing. It's because I haven't gone through much school about it, or I need to learn more about it, or I don't have enough experience in something, or I'm not smart enough. But
the growth for everyone is the ladder of the growth that they have the
right.
imposter. Look at it. Plastic surgeries are packed. Very simple. Why? It's the imposter. They can't accept themselves the way they are. They have to look like something else. They have to, all these additional things. When I talk about the imposter and the relationship of it with the, and the closeness of it with self-care, and I always say self-care, it's all great externally. Self-care is not your hair color, is not your hair extension, is not your eyelashes. These are all outside self-care that we can have. Perfect. But how do you internally take care of yourself? That you can see once you start taking care of yourself internally, then you are also dealing with the imposter syndrome. The imposter is massive. And because of the imposter, one of the biggest problems to the world today is the depression. They say today depression is worse than the diabetics, is worse than cancer. The depression, what feeds the depression? I'm not good enough. I don't matter. I'm getting older. The other day, I wake up first in the morning and I'm looking at myself in the mirror, and there it is, the imposter, my best friend. Oh, look at the wrinkles in your neck. Oh, dear God, look at your face is getting crooked. Or you're getting older. Wow, look, your hair is going. You're losing your hair. And I looked at myself and I thought, nah, this is really scary. In a minute, I'm going to pass out if I continue being so negative. And I started pouring water on my face, and every time of it, especially that I just finished a massive, it's called Earth School with Barry and Katie, and I started splashing the water, and every time I said, change, okay, we're going to change this, I poured water and I said, you're beautiful, you're strong, more water, you're powerful, you're an achievement in this world, look at how many people you're helping, poured water, and then pretty quickly, the imposter changed. Now, Fari is now a perfect 66-year-old with the wrinkle that I've earned it. 2 minutes before, then I said, my goodness, what are these wrinkles here? And then I thought, I earned them. They are my best friends. They've been with me through thick and thin. Instead of saying, oh my God, I'm going to have a neck lift and a face lift and this lift and that lift, I'm just going to say, I am blessed to create this because I've lived a life of truth. And time to say, it's my time to look at myself and I say, I am grateful to you. And thank you for being here with me, keeping my company, whilst somebody else is learning from me, appreciating themselves. This is the way to get rid of imposter for this moment. And it's not something that imposter syndrome is not quick fixed. It's not one time you deal with it and you're done for life. Not such a thing. Just like you get up every morning and you feed your stomach and you put your food in your tummy, the imposter needs work on daily basis. And tomorrow morning is going to be gone again. Listen to what it says and do what you need to do no matter what. It's going to tell you, no, you can't do it. Don't be successful. If I wanted to listen to it, at first it was telling me, you have a thick accent. You're a minor. You don't know much in life. You're not good enough. If I wanted to listen to it. But the more it said to me, no, don't do it, the more I went ahead and I did it anyway. That is the way to deal with it. The best way to deal with the imposter is that go through it no matter what. When you deal with procrastinating, oh, I'll do it in a minute. I'll do it tomorrow. Get up and do it no matter what. Stop. You leave it for next minute. Did anybody guarantee you the next minute? Are you sure you have the next minute? What we were just saying is already the past. What did I just tell you? That's past.
Let's do it.
It's not here now. Now it's this moment, and that's why if you respect yourself, you realize you live in this moment and get up and do whatever it needs to be done now. End of the story.
Yeah, that's a great message, because I feel like there's a lot of people who are waiting to get it just right. They're constantly striving for perfection, oh, that's not important enough right now. I'm just going to do it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing ever gets done.
Yeah, and it would never be done.
Mm-hmm.
When you're looking for perfection, you just said they're looking for perfection. What's behind perfection? Fear. What if? I'm fearful of what if it doesn't go right? What if I lose control? What if? That's perfection for you. The fear feeds the perfection. But if you decide to accept your vulnerable side and your vulnerability, then every time this idea of, oh, I'll wait for tomorrow, you need to get up and do it now and say, no, you're your own best friend and you can be your own best enemy or worst enemy. And I keep on saying life is all about a choice. So choose wisely. Remember, tomorrow is not there, is not guaranteed. 2 seconds ago, I talked to you is already past. In this present moment, what is there for you that you need to get it done? In this present moment, the imposter is telling you whatever is telling you. You hear it, but you don't have to listen to it. And you need to get up and do whatever it takes. Lots of times, God, I wish I remember his name. very big speaker, and he said he wanted to talk, and they just said, oh, these other huge speakers are going to be sitting there and listening. And he goes, oh, I can't be talking in front of all those. I can't be. Oh gosh, no, I won't be able to. And he just said, what do I do now? And he just got up and he said, I'm going to look as though there is nobody in front of me, and I'm just going to do it. And he had the best talk ever.
Wow.
And many years ago, before the pandemic, I was invited to talk in this church. And it was lots of people. I mean, I never thought 7,000 people were going to be sitting there. I thought they were saying like about 30 people are there, you know. And I got there and said, no, this is not real. And I looked and I said, oh my God, I don't know the scriptures, and what am I going to say? And they're going to push me off the stage, and everything got into my head. And while everything says you can't do it, they're announcing my name up on the stage that I have to get up on it. And this thing is bombarding my brain. And is this just saying to me, you're not going to make it, you're going to ruin it, you're going to be booed and all that? I just got up and I just did it no matter what. And I became louder than ever, and I became more funnier than ever. Not only they all loved me, and I had a standing ovation, and I came down and I thought, oh my God, all these people who said to shake hands with me whilst this was telling me, and I said, and that was the moment that I got the lesson. No matter what the imposter says to you, go ahead and do it no matter what. That's the only way dealing with it on daily basis. And that's what I see in my clients.
Wow.
When one is calling and then she says, my daughter is on the computer yelling at me, what do I say? I said, what do you want to say? And she said she wants to tell her that blah, blah, blah. I said, then do it. I'm listening to you. Go ahead. Just for me to be there, to be a support for her, standing with her. She did. And the daughter said, oh, really? That was it. That was the answer to all the yelling and screaming of the daughter. So to walk through it.
That's a powerful statement. You get stuck in that cycle of fear and then not action, and then you feel down on yourself, so you have that negative self-talk, and so it's just like this big circle of just you're almost
That's
petrified.
why then we become as coaches involved with people, that when they are going around and they can't get out, then we show them the way that how they can get themselves out, because it's not their fault. Nobody's wrong. Nobody's bad. It's 32 years I've been dealing with people as my clients, whether I was training them or I'm coaching them. I am yet trying to find someone that there is something wrong with them. There is nothing wrong with anybody. But I see that in them. The question is that, do they see that in themselves? What I talk to them, and when I tell them, you are brilliant as you are, but do you see the brilliance in you, is the question. Once you see the brilliance in yourself, then you don't want to stick to anybody anymore. Then you are not even caring whether you matter with somebody else. Does somebody like me? Does somebody appreciate me? You just think, I'm free of it all. I need to like myself. Or lots of people, when they are overweight, for example, and I talk about overweight massively because I used to be the overweight kid myself. And the overweight is one of the reasons of the imposter syndrome. And when they don't see themselves good enough, or they don't matter, they feed their face, whether it's food, whether it's alcohol, whether it's the drugs, whatever it is, they plea to that instead of pleading to themselves. And once they learn how much they're hiding behind that fear, then they stop eating to the amount that they do or the alcohol that they do, it's always easier to use the drugs or the food or the alcohol or the sex or the gamble, whatever that is, to find freedom for themselves, but it's all momentarily. It doesn't last long. But when it comes to food, then they just think in that moment, if I finish the bag of chips or whatever it is, the bagels, whatever that they eat, the sweet, and let me dive into it, in that moment, they feel comfort from what they're putting in their body. The comfort takes about like 2 minutes while you're chewing, but once it goes down here, you have no control and it's gone to the body. The damage starts, and every time they look at themselves, they hate themselves because they are feeding the imposter. But when are they going to get their willpower in their hands and actually go through the fire, so-called, and find their freedom in it? And that's when they need help. That's why people, like a ton I see in relationships. I am blessed to be married to the most fantastic man God has ever put on this earth. I always tell my husband, go out there and teach lots of guys there that their wives are in battered women's shelters or they're going through divorces, and go teach those men how to be a man in a relationship. I truly have the best husband. But from the best husband, I wanted to divorce him in August of 21. It wasn't him, it was me. I was dealing with my own imposter. My husband is the best thing God ever created. How didn't I want to see all of that goodness about him? Because I was dealing with my own crap and I didn't want to address it and see how my own imposter is causing me a catastrophe to let go of my husband. I needed to let go of all these monkey thing in my head going. And thank God I had the wisdom to do it. And I'm very, very happily married to him today.
That's great. I love that. It reminds me of a quote. I don't even remember who said it, but it was, change yourself to change the world. I think
That's it. Gandhi was saying that when they asked Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi,
maybe it was Gandhi. Yeah.
how do we want to change the world? We want to change the world. And then it goes, you start changing yourself. And one by one, then the world would be changed. And I have this couple. He's an Indian guy, and he very much believes in Buddhism, but he's constantly trying to correct his wife. And then he was telling me, how can I help him to change his wife? And then I said, really? And then I said, change yourself. How do I change myself? I'm doing this and that and that. And I said, change yourself and stop telling your wife what to do. Become what he was asking his wife to do. I said, become it. Stop asking your wife. Well, in that case, he wasn't asking, he was telling his wife what to do. And I said, become it. Walk it. Let her see you doing it. For as long as I get the book and I'm reading the book of whatever, but I'm not walking it, but I'm telling you and everybody else to do it, how have I become it? I haven't. In this moment, what you become is the change that Gandhi was talking about.
Yeah, you can't change people.
No, not at all. Change yourself and let people see you and grow from your changes. I am not the person that I was a year ago. Never mind 30 years ago. I really am not a person that I was there 2 weeks ago. Every minute, life is all about to grow in it, with it, from it. Not staying there and becoming stale. That's why relationships go down. Because this one tells the other one and the other one tells the other one, but none of them want to do their own thing and grow your own way and let your other partner say, oh, I love your cat behind you. You know, so that's the growth where it comes. Be the change.
I love that. Be the change. Oh my gosh, that's going to be my mantra for the day.
Just today.
Huh? Oh,
Just
just today? Well, I'm going to take it one day at a time.
good.
Take action now, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I also loved that you mentioned willpower, and I think that willpower is huge for people because they know what they ought to be doing and they don't do it. So can you speak a little bit about willpower?
Willpower. Everything that you're forcing somebody else to be, take it inwards and do it yourself. That's your willpower for yourself. It was very simple. Like one day I was at the gym and I was running. I only had like 20 minutes to have lunch break. And I had a salad that I had taken with me from home. So I was going to sit and eat my salad. And then this very heavy lady walked towards me. And then it goes, Fari, I can't get time to talk to you. Can I just talk to you now? Because I don't have time to people that just want to talk to me. And I said, sure, come and sit while I'm eating. I've only got 20 minutes. And she looked at my food. She goes, is this your food? Is for lunch? And I said, yes. And then it goes, but how many more hours you work? And I said, I have another 4 hours. And this was like about maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then she goes, but how can you pull through? I said, what do you mean? It's all the greens. There's lots of chicken in there. What do I need? But where's your carbs? And I said, what are you trying to say? Because where's the bread? You know, and I said, I walk my talk. When I tell you, you don't need to have so much carbs. There is already enough carbs in this salad. I don't need to have that piece of bread and the potato and this and that and that and that. And she came in and she goes, she just looked at my food for 2 minutes and then she goes, is that what you want me to do? I said, no, I want you to do what you think you need to do if you want to lose weight. I don't want you to do anything. And she goes, well, if I want to lose weight, that means I have to eat like that. I said, absolutely. And I said to her, so far, she's eating the way she wants to eat. Is she happy with her look? She goes, no. And she goes, yeah, but that's too difficult. I can't do it. I said, well, then stay the way you are. I can't make you change. A month later, of course, she comes back to me, you know, but she didn't have the willpower to want to say, she didn't want to say no to her appetite, to her desire. She didn't want to do that. That's the willpower. When you want to do something, there are lots of no's that you have to tell yourself, and there are lots of yeses that you have to tell yourself. Are you willing to have those boundaries? And furthermore, I don't want to say have boundaries, because I say, when everybody says, where do you have boundaries on this and that? I said, I don't have any boundaries in life. I am the boundary. Once you know you are the boundary, you're already on top of your game for willpower. But once you decide to be wishy-washy, well, I have a boundaries today, I don't have it tomorrow. I want to lose the weight today, but I don't want to lose it for 10 days. Come, let's work together. Well, no, I can't do it and all that. You don't want to surrender to all those yeses and nos that they create you becoming the boundary of your own life. You want to have that. That's massive, to learn the difference between having boundaries and becoming a boundary, and be the boundary.
Be the boundary.
I am the boundary of my life. That's it.
That's fantastic. I wanted to also ask you, you and I had this powerful conversation the other day, and I would like to kind of share this out to people, but I want to ask you, or not you, but the audience, what do you think, here's a riddle, here we go. what do you think is more powerful, a need or a want?
Am I answering that?
So
Answering it.
I wanted people to just sit with that question for a second, but yes, please share with us your distinction between need and want.
Need and want. You need oxygen to breathe on. You don't want it. You need it. You die. Right? It's a need. I need oxygen to be alive. I need food to be alive. Want, but I don't need you as my friend. I don't need my husband. I want my husband. Life will go on without people and certain things in life, but life won't go on without oxygen. I don't need you. I want you as my friend, right? I need to have clothes on me or I'll be freezing. I don't want the clothes, I need it. But sometimes you just go and say, oh, that lovely top, I don't need it, but I just want it, so I buy it. Because I wanted it. People buy what they want. Seldom they buy what they need. I have this watch and I have many watches there. I didn't need this, I wanted it. So I bought another one. The need is that you just need to have a watch. But I don't need the collection. I don't need to have all these jewelries. I want it, so I've got it.
Right.
So it's the same thing that in life, how much do you need? Stuff that you don't take care of. You need to be healthy. Some people say, I want to be healthy, but I can't do it. In that matter, your want is not strong enough as your need to keep you healthy. Or the other one says, oh, I need the heroin. I need the alcohol. I need that extra bag of chips. You don't need it, you want it. Not all wants are good, not all needs are good. You want certain amount, your body needs certain amount of food to keep you alive. But then certain amount is going to go that much, and you just wonder, why do I look the way I look? And then I'm happy. No, I'm not happy. So it's a massive need, the difference between needs and wants.
People will go after what they want, but they won't necessarily go after what they need.
Right. Like for me, working out is an absolute need. For me, but I always say my working out is like my daily drug of a day. I must work out every single day without a break. You know, I don't just want it, I need it. So I create time for it. Huge difference between these two.
Yeah.
The same as there's a huge difference between self-esteem and self-worth.
Right.
Huge difference between need and want.
Wow, that's actually, wow, I didn't even make that connection, but now that you said that, it's very similar because the self-esteem is externally projected and self-worth is internally. And then let's see if I can get this right. So need is the projected and the want is you taking the responsibility and the power and moving forward and taking action in that.
Absolutely.
As opposed to having it be placed upon you.
Yeah. I always wanted to become who I wanted to become. Very early in life, I think I was 8 or 9 when I knew I will not follow the rules and regulations in the family. I was born and raised in Iran. I very early in life, I realized I am not a traditional girl at all. And by the age of 16, I realized I will leave Iran. That was when my father beat the shit out of me, by the way, that day. I'm laughing at it, but because I'm looking at it today, that was the gift. It's very simple to sit and feel sorry for yourself. But what do you do with everything that it wasn't good, was unfairly done to you? How do you find a gift in it? And I found a gift in it. I found the brilliance in that moment when my father hit me so hard at the age of 16. And that was the time I said, I will leave Iran. I will leave this home. I will not stay here. And the minute I could apply for my passport without parents' permission, and I got my passport, boom, I was out of Iran, 1978. I wanted it, but I needed to become who I wanted to be to follow the want. I needed to get to that spot in my life to know that I must do something about it. To become who I want to become, I need to take action. So I took action. And 46 years later in August, I've done everything the way I wanted. I created who I am today. And I am so happy. I keep on, patting myself on the back, say, good girl that you followed your heart. And I didn't follow the fear. Yeah, it'd be great if I'd stayed in Iran. I'd be finishing the university. I'd be going, God knows what. I'd be becoming a lawyer, doctor, engineer, something. Then I'd be getting married. I'd be having none of that was my dream. I wanted to be that crazy woman that I wanted to be. But to get that want, I need to take a step. I took the step to get me out of it. And I am so proud of who I have become and how I have helped others to get out of their miseries, especially once they hit midlife crisis, that's called, and they're stuck and they don't know what to do with themselves anymore. Lots of them have lots of money. They have the money, but they're stuck where to go.
Or they don't feel fulfilled.
They don't feel worthy of it. Actually, I must tell you, dealing with such an affluent group all these years, I see more of an imposter in more of an affluent group. They have all the money and they don't need to earn any money and they just don't know where they belong to. And they don't feel they're worthy of anything anymore. Okay, I've got a few millions in the bank. Okay, then now what? Now what do I do? Oh, I'm not worth it. Oh, I don't matter anymore. Because they are not actively earning or creating any more, so they don't see value in themselves.
Yeah, that's a really huge thing, I think, for a lot of people that want to be successful and they are not. They think, oh, well, once I get to that level, then I'll be happy with myself. My life will be awesome. I'll be fulfilled. I'll love myself.
Perfectly said. That's where comes the difference between self-esteem and self-worth.
Right.
Their self-esteem is up, it goes up and higher the more they're earning, the more they're learning, going to different schools, achieving, buying 2 houses and the 3 houses and the boat and the plane and this and that. The more they buy, they feel they have a better self-esteem because of what they've got and how much they take it. Many times I heard that Microsoft, and they say, oh, this is what they're saying. I'm not saying. They said, I'm worth a lot of money. Many, many, many times I heard that from my clients. I am worth a lot of money, but there is no self-worth. They have all the wealth, that it's there, but there's no self. They don't see themselves any good. They don't have appreciation for themselves. They don't know what to do with themselves. They have no way. And that's why, again, it goes back to, I keep on saying the plastic surgeries are getting filled. Cases of alcohol is being sold because they, like, I see them. We live in this community of 55 plus. So there are 3,400 homes here, lots of them, because now we play pickleball and I see them, very wealthy couples. They're there. Oh my God, cases of alcohol goes in because they just don't know how to have that self-worth for who they are today. Which is good for me because I have a better job. The higher mental coaches.
The best of all.
But it's sad.
Yeah, because you reached that point.
And let me just cleaning behind the one. I was just, see, my hubby. I'm just putting them to stop. My savior arrives. Okay, sorry.
Can we get him to come on screen?
Babe?
Will he dare? Will he dare?
Come on the screen for a second. There's a request for you. Come on, love.
Face the fear.
Come on, show what you've learned. Where are you? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So here he is. He popped on. He popped on. Let's pull him up here.
He's there.
On the spotlight. There we go.
What's that picture behind you?
That's funny.
Come here. Cut that up and come here. That's so funny. That's a picture of him good old days. Come here. Oh my God.
Mhm.
Let me show your face. Yeah.
Okay, there he is.
Hey,
There
we
is
go.
my
where's Glenn? Hi, Glenn. Hi, Kim.
Yes. This
Hi,
is the man.
Latara.
This is the man that I think the whole world needs to learn from.
I'm enjoying it from the next room. You know, I don't want
No. But this is a man that's,
to.
if I die today, I die happy because I met the best thing ever in the world.
Oh,
But
I can
it
say the
needs
same
work.
thing.
Yes.
Please look.
Yes.
So supportive. He's here, you know,
Yeah.
as an audience member, just being behind the
Yeah,
scenes. I
it's
love
a
it.
lot of work. It doesn't come
Love it.
without work. I'm
Thank
not
you.
lying.
Thank you, Greg.
It takes a ton of work, and it's all a matter of willpower. Do you want to work on it? Do you want to create it? Do you want to make it better? Or are you all the time sitting and feeling sorry for yourself? Oh, he doesn't listen to me. Oh, he doesn't include me in his games. Oh, no, he's not listening this and that. And having pity party for yourself. So it's a constant daily basis work. Relationships are not easy, but nothing else is easy in life. Is the consistency.
Mhm. We'll have to work on it. I would like to acknowledge somebody who's here with us. I don't know if
My wonderful friend and her lovely husband, Glenn. Thank you, guys.
can we pull you guys up? Do you mind if we spotlight you?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Oh no, they don't want to be on camera.
Is that what it is? Yes, they do. Oh, there they are. You're muted. Unmute yourself. Are you unmuted?
We are now.
Oh,
There
they
we
are.
go.
Okay. Hi, Kim.
Hi.
Kim knows me since we were 20 years ago.
Yep, about that.
We were acquaintances. We were both trainers. So it's, but yes,
Yeah,
it's been 20 years.
ago.
It's a little bit more than 20 years. Yeah. So
Yep.
it's a lot of history there. And Kim can tell you a lot about me.
I'll tell you anything you want to know.
More than you want to know.
More than you want to know. She's amazing.
Thank
She is
you.
What was she like back then?
What?
Wild, wild.
Yes.
When you first met her, what was she like?
She was brilliant and had long dark hair.
Oh yeah.
And
I had a lot of hair.
fun, and I would have to say the most considerate and empathetic person
Oh,
that
thank you.
I knew in those years.
Thank
Really.
you.
She stuck by me when I was not very healthy, for sure. Right?
Do you want to say what it was? Do you feel comfortable to share it?
Well, I mean, I had a stroke.
At the age of 45 in the plane.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the plane caused it. And so Fari reached out to me and was there because we worked in the same gym, like anything I needed, so she was by my side, really. And then we had lots of fun taking classes, and she was a great instructor, right? And we just had lots of laughs. We had fun.
We had lots of fun together. Yes.
Uh-huh.
We had
And now
sad moments, happy moments. We
Yep.
were together, but it's
And
been
now we get to be with each other because she lives close by.
yeah,
So we get to have some fun times.
absolutely.
And we have to take you out to dinner for your birthday.
Oh, thank you. I'm all for that. Thank you, darling. Yeah. And Glenn, their fabulous husband whom I love.
Well, likewise.
I just think these two are so fantastic, and I am blessed to have their support.
That's
All-
very kind, Fari. Thank you.
Thank you, my love. Thank you for being in my life. Both of you. And being so stars. Shining stars. Yeah.
Well, we see your cat walking on the couch.
That's how yours.
I was like, there's the cat again.
I know.
Oh, that's
How
funny.
many cats do you have?
Zero.
Oh, we
No,
have
no,
zero
no.
now.
Latara has two.
You
get
have
that.
two?
Latara has two cats, right, Latara?
Yeah. What about
Oh,
you, Glenn?
okay.
Do you have any dogs? Are you a dog person?
Well, Kim never been a pet-based person. So we had two cats. One died. We gave one away because she was deathly allergic.
Oh,
I'm
no,
even
that's
allergic
not
in
good.
this room. So I keep on getting up because the cat
Oh,
loves
okay.
this room.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
We can't have that.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. I have grandchildren.
Oh, my goodness.
They're better
There
than
you go.
cats.
That's your
better.
pet.
That's better than cats. You're very lucky and blessed.
I am. I just came back this morning to be here, but I was
Thank
with my
you, God.
grandkids.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
That is inspiring. You have such supportive friends, Fari. I love it.
I am blessed. But even with that, you create it.
Mhm.
You have to be a best friend yourself to others first. When you're a best friend, you teach them what best is. And they get to choose to be one or get out of your life. We
Exactly.
create our own environment. I can't expect these guys to be best friend for me before I become a best friend for them. It's the creation of our own world.
Good point.
I love it. All right. Well, do you want to say anything else before I take you off the spotlight?
No, we are blessed to have Fari and Greg in our lives. That was relatively recently, and we've learned a lot from them and enjoyed each other's company a whole lot. So thank you, Fari. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you both. Thank you, guys.
That was beautiful. Yay. Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you for agreeing to be spotlighted spur of the moment like that.
That's right.
That is such a testament to who you are, though, because I feel like you attract like-minded people. So it's
Thank
a
you, darling.
mutually
I keep on saying all
loving,
the time to
supportive
everyone,
friendship.
I just want like-minded people, and I want to be the love. I want to be the love. I don't
Mm.
need to be the love. I want to be the love that I want to receive.
Oh, love
So that
that.
brings back to
Love
the
that.
same change that the Gandhi says, you want to change the world, be the change. So I want to be the love that I want to receive. So I am blessed to be around people that they constantly give me feedback that I am loving them by them loving me all the time.
Mhm. That's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm sure we could talk for hours and hours, but we should probably wrap this up pretty soon. Any last thoughts or last words that you want to say?
Same thing that I just said.
Okay,
If you want to
fantastic.
change the
That was a
world,
pretty good
be the
final
change.
statement, if you ask
That-
me.
Be the change. That's it. And
Yep.
your life is all about your choices. Whatever you choose, you become
Yeah.
it. So
I
choose
loved
wisely.
what you. Oh, I'm sorry. I cut you
No,
off.
choose
Sorry, go ahead.
wisely.
I love the writer downer that you said, follow your heart, not the
Always.
fear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you ever get stuck in life, just follow your heart and not the fear. I love that.
The fear comes from here, from the brain.
Mm,
That's why I say follow your heart.
wow.
Your heart will take you far. This will keep you captive
Oh my
in this
goodness.
prison of fear. You're all the time stuck here. Where is the
Mm.
imposter comes from here? Procrastination
Procrastination.
comes from here. Everything is here. But if you leave this
Mhm.
and you go to your heart, so listen to this. This is the self-esteem. This teaches you to go get educated, learn, buy, invest is coming from here. Self-esteem, you have it. Self-worth comes from here, your heart, not from here.
Wow.
So
Wow.
move on from your heart and make this heart and the head, it's only 18 inches. Bring them together. Let them work together. That's one thing I'm working on every minute of my life.
Wow.
And it's an
Profound.
unending school.
I love that. That's so great. Oh my goodness. So much wisdom.
I love
Thank
you.
you so much for being here today, Fari. I hope that the viewers got a lot out of this. And thank you, Glenn, for being here. And thank you, everybody
Okay.
else, for being here. And if somebody wanted to continue this conversation with you or work with you to help them overcome their imposter syndrome or their addiction or their low self-esteem or their low confidence, low self-worth, how can they continue this conversation with you and
First of
work?
all, we can always put the Calendly in the comments.
Okay,
But you can do
sure.
that. And they can always reach out to me through my email, fari@faritransformation.com. And that will be on the comments below as well. And that is the best response. They can always check my website, Fari Transformation, one word, no space, www.faritransformation.com.
FariTransformation.com. And I'm going to go ahead and share that in the comments on Facebook as well.
Yes.
For
If they
anybody
go
who
on
would
my,
like to reach out.
once they go to my website, they can see there is a freebie in there that they can see it. And then there are videos that it follows through, and then they will get an hour complimentary coaching with me.
Wonderful.
And we'll take it from there.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Well, fantastic. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Everybody who's watching, and thank you, Fari, for being here and sharing all of your beautiful, profound words of wisdom.
Oh, thank you, my love. Thank you for having me. This is really wonderful.
All right. Well, have a great day. And I hope this helped you in your journey to being your best self.
Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.